Hey everybody, Tim Rios here again. One of the ways I've been using artificial intelligence recently is for role playing. Now, it's not as good as doing it with someone who's experienced in the business, but it can really give you some food for thought in thinking about possible responses and directions you might take in conversations with clients. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my microphone and have this interaction with, in this case, Gemini. Let's do a role play where you are an owner of a piece of commercial property. We have been discussing the possibility of you selling, but you don't think market conditions are right. I am still trying to get a meeting with you because I believe it is worth discussing. Well, Arthur, it seems like because you're short of time, that's a good reason for us to schedule something when you aren't quite as short of time. I'd like to understand what it is you're looking for in a next investment. You mentioned that market conditions aren't right. What does that look like? What type of returns are you looking for? Oftentimes, the best time to pursue new opportunities is when there isn't as much competition in the market. And I think that's worth an in person conversation. Would you be available for a meeting next week? Now, we don't have to go through all of this, but what I want you to notice is that artificial intelligence gives me very lengthy responses. Now, I've done this several times, and sometimes it gives me short answers, sometimes it gives me long answers, sometimes it gives me different information, and that's one of the great things about working with it, is it isn't always the same thing. And so even taking the same scenario and role playing it two or three different times could give you food for thought about the directions the conversation might take, your possible responses, and seeing how this quasi human interaction might respond to the things that you're saying. So, again, it doesn't really take the place of what you're doing with mentors and peers and managers, but it's a great way 24/7, 365 to have a companion to bounce ideas off of.